This is the same bike as the Woom Off, which we've reviewed before.
This video.
But with the addition of a high-quality air-sprung suspension fork.
The suspension fork on the Woom Off Air is a high-quality air fork made for Woom by RST Suspension. We found that it's plush, engages easily, and provides plenty of travel for most types of riding. The fork has adjustable pressure so you can set it up properly for the weight of your child. This was quick and easy to get dialed in, but it does require a shock pump, which isn't included. There is also an adjustable rebound and a lockout switch. I found that my son used the lockout for longer climbs and then opened it up for the descents. It was easy for him to operate on his own. In terms of travel, the bike boasts 60 millimeters, 80 millimeters, or 90 millimeters of travel for the 20-inch, 24-inch, and 26-inch versions, respectively. This is plenty of squish for most types of riding, including rocky and broody trails. That said, if your child is going to be taking big drops or doing more gravity-oriented riding, you may opt to look for a bike with more travel. For comparison, in terms of 20-inch mountain bikes, both the Trailcraft Blue Sky 20 and the Prevelo Zulu 3 Air mountain bikes have 80 millimeters of travel, while the Spawn Rakasuda 20 has a whopping 100 millimeters of travel. Most kids don't need a big travel bike like the Rakasuda, but just be aware that the Woom Off Air is on the lower end of the suspension spectrum when compared to high-end kids' mountain bikes. The forks on those bikes also have features like carbon lowers that the Woom fork does not. Still, a better and more fair comparison would be to the average kids mountain bike. Most kids mountain bikes on the market, like the Trek Precaliber for example, have coil-sprung forks. These cheaper forks are heavy, aren't adjustable, and have poor compression and rebound. The quality air fork on the Woom Off Air heads and shoulders above those found on cheaper, inferior kids mountain bikes. We've established that the suspension fork on the Woom Off Air is rad, but is there any reason not to opt for the Woom Off Air over the traditional Woom Off? Yes, in fact there's two reasons. The suspension fork aids both weight and expense. It adds $200 to the price tag of the bike and a couple pounds of heft. Still, thanks to the added comfort and technical prowess, we'd highly recommend the suspension fork over the rigid fork, unless you're on a strict budget or your family plans to stick to mellow trails.
Parker, how do you feel like this bike performs out on the trail?
It feels really good, and I like that it has suspension now because suspension actually makes it easier to jump and hit rocks. It won't be as big bouncy.
To learn more about the bike, including information about the geometry, brakes, and drivetrain, watch our original review of the Woom Off. You can also head over to our website, rascalrides.com, to read our detailed review.
If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell.